Hey folks, this is BestInSlot and welcome back to our discussion on the upcoming Dominion Biosyn Expansion, or more specifically, what may follow the Dominion Biosyn Expansion. Now, before we get started, I should say there will be very light spoilers for Jurassic World Dominion, but only stuff we know from trailers and from general information, nothing leaky. And, I haven't seen the film yet myself. It's not out here for another week, or, well, I'm seeing it on Friday, so I can't really spoil anything. I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you've been avoiding all the trailers and stuff, then you would probably want to avoid this video, but for 99% of you, I'm sure it'll be fine. So the other day I did my very first video on the Jurassic World Dominion Biosyn Expansion, and I kind of asked, how do people think this is going to play out? What do people think Frontier are going to do to address these issues, to, where's the Atrociraptor, stuff like that. And there was one suggestion that was by far the most common, and it was something, this is unofficial, by the way, can I just get that out there right now? This was by far the most popular suggestion, a black market dinosaur pack or a black market expansion, based on the fact that there is a black market of dinosaurs being run in Malta, and that makes a lot of sense. So at the moment we've got this Dominion Biosyn, it's a stupid name, this Dominion Biosyn expansion, and that certainly sounds like it could be set up to be a Dominion black market expansion or a Dominion black market dinosaur pack or something. The presence of the word Dominion there does suggest, it's specifically the Biosyn stuff, and that's the other point, that these are, other than the Rex, all dinosaurs from Biosyn Valley, from, that Biosyn have been working on in Jurassic World Dominion, as far as we know. But let's assume things are going to come back in via something like this. And the really fun thing about something like this, a black market dinosaur pack, is that you can kind of take it a little bit crazy. So we're going to speculate about that today. We're going to talk about what a black market dinosaur pack would possibly contain. I've got to say, I'm pretty convinced on this idea. I think maybe in a month or so, we'll see an announcement. We'll see some information about a black market dinosaur pack, or the Malta dinosaur pack, or the Malta expansion, or something like that. So first things first, what have we got in our Dominion Biosyn expansion? We've got Dimetrodon, we've got Giganotosaurus, we've got Pyroraptor, we've got a feathered and scarred T-Rex, which are the only two, as far as we know, that are not Biosyn dinosaurs. We've got Parasaurolophus, 3 of them. Really like that back left one, actually. We've got Dreadnoughtus, we've got Dilophosaurus with a brand new skin, and we've got, of course, the Chaos Theory and the general campaign. I believe it's a new campaign, separate from the old one, but we'll have to wait and see until we get our hands on it. Either way, that's what we've got so far. What is missing? Well, these are the popular ones. Atrociraptor is the obvious, and I get people's point in that the Atrociraptor is such a humongous miss. It's such a gigantic exclusion that it makes no sense that Frontier wouldn't have already planned for it. You know what I mean? I'm sure they have planned to include Atrociraptor somehow, and that's why I'm so convinced about maybe not this specific name, but this style of DLC. There's the Microceratus. I forgot you last time, so I put you nice and early this time. This one looks a bit weird. It doesn't have a beak on at the moment. There is the Lystrosaurus, there's the Iguanodon from the prologue, there's the Oviraptor from the prologue, that's the Morus Intrepidus from the prologue, and there's an Oviraptor from the prologue. Now, I don't know how much these dinosaurs appear throughout the film. I'm assuming not much. And please, no spoilers down below, none at all, at least until next week, I would say, when the Memorandum should end. But the point is, there's potentially 6 dinosaurs that would go. So right, there's 2 ways to look at this. A, it could be a dinosaur pack, in which case it's typically 4, 5, 6 new species depending on the size of the pack. So Atrociraptor definitely, Microceratus definitely, if I had to guess. It's one of those classics I've been waiting for absolutely ages. Lystrosaurus has a good shout. Between these 3, let's say there's only going to be 5, which would you personally cut? Probably the Iguanodon, just because these 2 would be new species. That Oviraptor would be absolutely beautiful, although hard to make, I'm sure. Moros, same deal with that full featherage. I do love the Iguanodon, but we do already have an Iguanodon, even if I maybe prefer this one a little bit. So, but, that could be it. It could just be a black market dinosaur pack, 6 new dinosaurs or 5 new dinosaurs and an Iguanodon skin. Maybe something else gets caught, we go down to 5, and that could be the end of the story. And that would be cool. That would round out the roster in a really nice way. It'd bring in all these dinosaurs from Dominion. And if I had to, again, I don't wear hats because I look stupid in hats, but if I had to put my hat on something, I think this is what we'll get. However, if they wanted to go a little bit further, if we wanted to get a proper full-sized black market DLC, not just a dinosaur pack, maybe not as big as the Dominion pack, but like a medium level kind of thing. You know, Claire's Sanctuary, Secrets of Dr. Wu kind of level. They were smaller than Return to Jurassic Park, but they were bigger than the dinosaur packs. If we want to do something like that, well, we'd be set then in Malta. That's where the black market is, and that's really the most prominent location that we haven't been to yet in terms of Evolution 2, because of course we are going to Biosyn Valley, and I'd say Malta and Biosyn Valley are the two locations that pop up quite a lot. Now, I've seen a lot of people suggest a Malta building set. Seems unlikely to me for two reasons. Number one, we just got a building set with the Biosyn pack, like a whole new building set, so getting another one so soon seems very unlikely to me. Number two, I just don't see what you would do. Like, I'm looking at these Malta images and I'm like, yeah, it's a very nice town. It's got this lovely sandy sort of stone going on, but there's not very many utility buildings. There's nothing that would look like a command center or a viewing tower or any of this stuff. Now, obviously they could build them out of that, but I think a full sandstone architectural kind of set would just not fit into Evolution 2 in the slightest. It isn't really part of the film either, and I suspect a building set is probably a step too far. But that doesn't mean there aren't other possible things we could do. So if we go onto the Dino Tracker website, we can see they've got like a black market behind the scenes sort of video. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff going on. We've got a little Lystrosaurus here in a cage. We've got these sort of more bird cage style things over here. And over here, we've got like actual egg incubators. So I started to think, you know what, if we're going to do this a black market, it tends to be, you know, things from all around the world. There's always shifty stuff that's been stolen and you're kind of like selling it underhandedly, right? So a black market DLC, maybe not a building set, but it'd be a really cool opportunity for a free update or as part of the set for a ton of new decorations themed around that idea. So of course we could have new cages and stuff like that. We could have like broken egg incubators. I was thinking back to, say, Jurassic Park 3. We had those weird little babies being grown in the vats, you know, of course, where Amanda Kirby got attacked by, stupid scene, but got attacked by the very clever Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor. We've got these big cages in the background. We've got these sort of utility items, the kind of thing that would maybe be traded in a black market environment. Likewise, if we go back to the Lost World, credit to Greg Thorburn for this. This is actually my video thumbnail. But the worker village from the Lost World, there's no reason that wouldn't be raided as well. We know Sauna has been raided to some extent, so maybe, you know, things like this, you know, like the entranceway with the big metal and stuff like that, or some signs, or, you know, abandoned vehicles, or maybe a viewing tower in this kind of style, or, you know, the vats and pumps and stuff like that. And likewise, if we go back to the research facility in Jurassic Park 3, you see all these abandoned trucks and all these rusting vehicles. This is something I would personally really like, is to have this kind of vehicle that we can kind of drop around our park. We do have placeable vehicles, but we don't have a placeable like Jeep or anything like that, or like a Ranger vehicle. You can kind of park your own, but then they disappear. So it'd be really nice to be able to place like abandoned. I'd like something a little bit rough and tumble, basically. Everything in the game's very neat right now. I'd like some rough and tumble stuff, because that's how I tend to build my parks. I'd like some abandoned stuff and some rusting stuff and some overgrown stuff. We do have the engine sign already. And even, you know, as a little treat, maybe we get a big old research facility. Who knows? So I thought that would be a really nice way to round out a DLC. If they wanted to take it further than just a dinosaur pack, then I don't think a building set is the way to go, but I think decorations themed around this underhanded black market could be a lot of fun and could do a lot for our games. But, you know, they could go even further than this. We've talked a lot about how the main campaign for the game, for Jurassic World Evolution 2, is very, very short and feels unfinished, and we thought for a very long time that what they were doing was holding things back for Jurassic World Dominion. That was the whole idea. Now, it doesn't seem to be the case that this expansion is going to finish that storyline, because we're off working for Biosyn and Biosyn Valley. It's not really anything to do with what we were doing. What if they then instead folded in the Malta stuff a little bit with Barry, with Owen, and, you know, stopping the black market? That could be a more natural extension of that DPW, Department of DFW storyline we were doing. You know, they're trying to save the world. There's a suggestion, minor spoilers for Dominion, I guess, but again, I haven't seen it. This is stuff we got from interviews and stuff like that. But there's a suggestion that the DFW are a little bit ropey. And that obviously hasn't been a factor in the campaign quite yet. Although doer is working for them, which is kind of ropey anyway. But maybe, you know, we go to Malta and it turns out they're working with the black market or something like that. I don't know. It'd be nice to type the storyline a little bit. And then maybe we get a new map as well. So there's Malta. It could be based on Malta. It could be based on Gozo or Camino. Either way. But you could do like a nice little map in this sort of rough shape. And at first I wasn't convinced that this would work because obviously all that brownstone stuff I don't think we're going to see in the game. Maybe they could build like, kind of like in the Lost World map in San Diego, where you've got the remnants of the, well, you've got the city in the background, and there's a couple little things lying around, or like the Isla Sorna map for Jurassic Park 3, where there's some remnants of the old park there, you know, the airstrip and the aviary and stuff like that. You could do a Malta map, and I was just thinking about it, you could actually do quite a nice one. You use a desert biome, cover it in rock, cover it in sand, just full-on sand, because we don't really have too many full-on sandy. Maybe like a new sand as well that's like brighter and lighter, more beachy than the desert we've got right now. And then you just do a curvy, hilly, cliffy map. You don't need all the buildings and stuff. Maybe you'd have a couple in the distance, again, kind of like the Lost World and the Jurassic Park 3 maps. That'd be really cool. So I could see a map. I could see a campaign. If there's a campaign, there'll be a map. Like I say, if I had to hedge my bets, I would bet on a dinosaur pack. I'm pretty... I'd say 85% is where I'm at right now in terms of being convinced that that dinosaur pack is going to be the option. There's just no way they're not planning to add a Velociraptor, as people pointed out. It just seems super unlikely that they wouldn't plan for this already, and they must be well aware there's several missing dinosaurs. How people feel about... I mean, look, I don't want to judge it. It doesn't exist yet. We don't know if it'll be free or if it'll be a DLC. I'd assume it'll be a paid dinosaur pack. So it's hard to say too much, right? Or we don't know anything. I know some people would take umbrage with the fact that we'd be charged twice. Again, that hasn't happened yet, so let's not be angry psychically, I guess, for reasons. We can't invent reasons to be annoyed, right? I personally wouldn't blame them. You know, they need to make some money. It's a lot of work into the packs already, but I'm in a privileged position in that area. I just am, so I don't really have any room to judge or anything like that, and nobody should. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I'm pretty convinced this will happen. I can see Dominion Black Market Dinosaur Pack. Or Dominion Malta Pack. Dominion Black Market Dinosaur Pack. It's a bit wordy, is my only concern. But we've had an early Cretaceous dinosaur pack. That's quite wordy as well. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is there anything else you would like to see in a Malta pack that I maybe haven't mentioned, or a Black Market pack? Are there any... You know, little... I did search for props from the old films, but is there any, like, little props from the old films you'd like to see return? I was thinking, like, quite small things, like, you know, the Barbasol kind of stuff would be really cool, but it's probably too small. You need chunkier things. Like an abandoned Ranger vehicle, abandoned tour vehicle that Dennis Nedry had, stuff like that would be really cool. Just things that you think would be taken from the old islands, I suppose, I think would make for a really cool pack. But we'll have to wait and see. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How likely do you think this is? What would you include in it personally? Would you be excited about it? This week, of course, is Jurassic World Dominion for me. I'll have my review hopefully on Friday. It's going to be late. I'm not seeing the film until 7, so I'm probably not home until about 10 at the very least. But hopefully I'll have a spoiler-free review this Friday, although obviously a lot more of you will have seen it come Friday, since that is meant to be the actual release. Everyone on the planet has seen the bloody film, so I don't know. Release dates clearly don't mean a bloody thing, but over here I still have to wait till the 10th. And, yeah, oh, I want to show you one thing. So if you haven't already, this is just me shamelessly self-plugging, by the way. But recently I got back into 3D art, like modelling and stuff like that. And I'm still very much a beginner. I've only done 5 models on ZBrush. But if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I've been posting stuff. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's linked down below in the comment section, and see me posting my artwork when it's completed. This is the V-Rex from King Kong Go 5, my latest. Just finished it last night. Very proud of it, I'm just saying. But if you want to follow me and check out some stuff, I'm going to keep working on some dinosaur stuff. Actually, I'm probably going to do Vecna from Stranger Things next. But, you know, there will be more dinosaurs in the future. I'll stop now. Right. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers. Much love, as always. Bye-bye.